Good evening and welcome, dear masters. Today, we are going to continue our 40-day journey of meditation. And we are on day 17 today. So we will continue our journey. Today, we will meditate together with Japnur. He is going to lead us through the meditation. Let us all get ready. And welcome, Japnur.
Hi, good evening, masters.
Good evening.
Welcome. Good evening. Welcome to the day 17 meditation. So let's start with the meditation. You can dim the lights, sit comfortably either on a floor or on sofa or on the bed. Remove your spectacles. Sit in a sukhasana. Cross your legs. Clasp your fingers and close your eyes. Observe your breath. Today is a very special day, Guru Purnima, and meditating today gives a lot of energy. Today is a full moon, and with full moon, it is a very auspicious full moon today. Comfortably, and just observe your breath. Incoming and the outgoing of the Take a deep breath and see your body getting relaxed. Observe your toes getting relaxed. Now, feel your ankles getting relaxed, totally relaxed. Gradually move up to the knees. Send them love, affection, and care, and feel them getting relaxed. Slowly move up to the thighs. Now the thighs are also getting relaxed. Send your love to the hip muscles. They are getting relaxed. Now slowly move your consciousness to the stomach and observe all the organs inside the stomach are getting relaxed. All the tension and the stress is getting released. You can feel peace in your stomach. Observe your tailbone now and send it love, affection, peace. The tailbone is getting relaxed. Slowly and steadily move to your chest. Observe it getting relaxed. The heart, the lungs, and all the other organs are getting relaxed. Now the spine is also getting relaxed. Feel your shoulders getting relaxed. All the tension, pain, and the stress in this area is releasing out. Right elbow is also getting relaxed. Then the wrist, hands, and the fingers are getting relaxed. Now observe your left elbow getting relaxed. Left hand and all the fingers are getting relaxed. Both the arms are completely relaxed. Gradually move to the neck and send it love, peace, and affection. The neck is getting relaxed. Moving up to the chin is getting relaxed. The jaws, teeth, and the tongue are getting relaxed. Now the cheeks, nostrils, and the nose is getting relaxed. Eyes, eyelids, and the eyebrows are getting relaxed. The forehead is getting relaxed. All the facial muscles are getting relaxed. Both the ears are getting relaxed. The brain, the head, the skull, all these things are getting relaxed. All the stress and the tension is getting off. It is going. By now, the body is completely relaxed and is ready for the cosmic energy to flow. With every breath, your body is getting relaxed and relaxed.
Bolka, sound ಬರಬಾರ್ದು.
Keep observing your soft, natural, tranquil breath. Completely surrender yourself to the universe. This time is only for the meditation. Keep observing your natural, soft, calm, peaceful breath. Do not chase your thoughts. Whenever any thought comes, get your attention back and observe your breath. This is the time for you to stay in the present and get connected with your inner and the higher self. Let go of all your tags, your gender, your race, your religion. You are nothing but a soul, and the soul has no gender, no race, no religion. Do not open your eyes and keep observing your breath. Soft, natural, peaceful breath. Last 10 minutes, masters. Just be with yourself. Stay in the present. There is no work to be done now except meditation. You are not a body, you are a soul. Just keep meditating. Observe your natural breath. Do not open your eyes. Connected to everyone who is meditating at this time, both physically and astrally. Completely surrender yourself to the divine. This is the time to last 5 minutes, masters. Now I invite you all back ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Gently rub your hands and place them over your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With a big smile, slowly open your eyes and remove your hands. Welcome back, all masters. Thank you so much for this meditation. Thank you to the Mother Earth. Thank you to all the breaths. Thank you to all the masters who were there with us physically and as. Thank you, Shailesh sir.
Thank you. Thank you for this beautiful meditation, Japnur. Thank you so much. And welcome
Thank you,
back,
sir.
dear masters. Welcome back to your body and your normal conscious state. So now, as we get ready for our knowledge sharing session, I would like to invite Rashimji to speak about our topic of the day. Today, we are going to be talking about a very, very important aspect: resentment, guilt, and forgiveness. It's a very important thing that we need to bring our attention to, bring our awareness to. So let's all welcome Rashimji. Please start your topic and we will go from there.
Thank you, Shaileshji. And thank you, Japnur, for such a beautiful meditation. And love your white attire, totally meditative mode. and,
Thank you.
and just as it is Guru Purnima, first of all, I would like to bow down to all my teachers I have learned my lessons from. I bow down to my inner wisdom for being my guiding light. And I bow down to each one of you and gratitude to each one of you, because every day we are learning something new from all of you. Thank you. So getting back to presentation, I would like to share my screen. Yeah. So today's topic is resentment, guilt, and forgiveness. Although we all are aware of these words, and we all know that what these words mean, and but let's dive deep today, little deep, and just get to know these statements little more in detail. So to start with, I think this is okay. What is resentment? It is a nagging feeling that you have been treated unfairly by some other person. So we always have like someone in our life, someone had said something, someone has done something which we didn't like, and we were hurt by that, their words or their actions and all. And we just keep that within us and we just keep thinking about it all the time. Although we are busy with our day-to-day activities and all that, but still at the back of our mind, that feeling, that words, those actions, they just stay with us all the time. And whenever we just think about those feelings, that what he or she had done to us, so that brings a feeling of strong emotion. And emotion can be like anger, hatred, or any negative emotion it can be, depending upon the incident that happened. So it is whenever that person's face come to your mind, you will have your blood pressure rising, and you will have that anger coming in, and you feel all those feelings. And to relive an offense that injured you in the past. So relive an offense means you are reliving the memory. Whenever that incident happened and that's over now. That is no more in your reality. But whenever you think about that incident, you just have the same amount of chemicals released in your body as they were releasing at that time. So you are reliving that this time again, even though that person is not around you, even though that incident is nowhere, but still you are reliving that offense. And resent itself is like, if you break it into two, like re plus sent means, re means again, and sent means sense or feeling. So you are again and again feeling the same emotion. So that is what resentment is about. So what causes resentment? So there are many reasons which can cause it. Varies from person to person. Like there's no one specific thing we can say that it causes resentment. Just to but put it in a nutshell, we can just say that what we feel people did to us that was unnecessarily mean, hurtful, and thoughtless. Even though that is from our perspective, we feel that it was hurtful, it was mean. Maybe from that person's point of view, it is not. From his perspective, it is not. It is from our perspective, we think that he should not have done that and he has done that. So we just keep thinking about it again and again. And what people in our lives did not do for us that we feel they should have done. This is about expectations. So when we have some certain expectations from someone, and mainly it is from your close friends, family members, or relatives, like you think that they should have done this, they should have done this for me, which they haven't done. So then that feeling will be constantly bothering me all the time. It can be with your spouse, like he didn't get me this thing on my birthday, on my anniversary, he should have done this to make me feel special, or something else from anywhere, anyone, and like from your children also it can be. So this is like expectations. When our expectations are not met, so then we have those feelings of resentment. So then next is we cling to a futile need to be right, which prevents us to heal and be at peace. So this is like we are just clinging to our own thoughts only, that we think, no, that person was wrong, I am right. And we are just clinging, we are just trying to protect our feelings, like, and that doesn't help us heal, and that doesn't help us stay at peace. So the harm we are doing is to us only, no one else. So what are the consequences? So there are many consequences can be like, so what harm does it to us? Like why we should take care of it? So living with resentment is like taking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. So it's just like you are holding a burning coal in your hand and you want to throw it at someone. But before you throw it at someone, you are just burning your own hand. So it is just like that only. You are just taking poison and you are just expecting that he will get sick. But in reality, it's harming you more than someone else. So the moment you start to resent a person, you become his slave. He controls your dreams, robs you of your peace of mind. So what is like this? It is just like taking your power in your hand and gifting it to someone else. Like, you take my power and I am your slave. So whenever I will think about you, I will have these emotions in me that will harm me. So I have become your slave and I have given my power to you. So that is why very well said that don't lose your power to anyone. So once I read, I was just listening to a video, someone, he said like, don't lose your power even to your dreams. Sometimes we think like my dream was like, what does it mean, and why are we losing our power to our dreams? Let it be whatever it is. So the same way we are losing our power to other people. So we just need to claim our power back. So what he does next is he destroys your freedom of mind and hounds you wherever you go. Obviously, when all these thoughts and emotions are bothering us all the time, 24/7, they are just living with us. Obviously, there is no freedom of mind. We can't think what we're supposed to think. We can't do what we should be doing. And it's always staying with you. And then you need to remember that the person you are angry with may be enjoying his life, not at all even aware that he is renting space in your mind. The person you are thinking about, the person you are angry with, might not even be aware that you are angry with him, because the people don't do anything which they think that they are doing wrong. Whatever they do, they think that they are doing right. And even for us also, whenever we do anything, we think we are right. So from his perspective, he might be right, and he might not be aware that you are thinking so much about that person. And ultimately, who is suffering? Ultimately, you are the one who is suffering by holding a grudge. And eventually, what happens? All this leads to higher cortisol levels. And we all know what cortisol does to our body. Cortisol is a stress hormone, and the more it increases in your body, it goes to different parts of your body, and all those organs are affected. And the base of all the diseases is cortisol, that is stress. So when the stress hormone increases in your body, obviously, eventually, not at that time, eventually over the years, the new diseases will be manifest in your body. So after knowing about resentment, so just a little bit about guilt, although we all know what guilt is. So when resentment is about other person, when we are angry with other person, guilt is about ourselves. So when we feel that, it is an emotional discomfort you feel when you believe that you were responsible for something that offended or hurt someone else. So it is like you feel that emotional discomfort. It's at the back of your mind. No, I should not have done that. I just hurt her. I should not have used those words. And when we use this should have or should not have. So should is a very judgy word. So that means we are judging ourselves. So we need not do that. Eventually, we are losing our peace of mind. At everything, whatever this resentment or guilt, our peace is at stake all the time. So we just need to defend that, because that is very important. Whatever we are doing in this life is just to have that peace only. And why we are losing it over all these things. Or guilt can be, you can feel guilty when you think you have made a mistake and you regret your words or actions. The same like the previous one, as I said. So when you regret, like I should not have done that. So that is like guilt. So now knowing, this is a topic we can go on, and there is no, we cannot just stop anywhere, but we just, because of time limitation. So what is the solution for this? So forgiveness is the solution. We just need to let go of grudges and bitterness. So forgiveness is the ultimate solution to overcome resentment and guilt. And it means different things to different people, but in general, it involves an intentional decision to let go of resentment and anger. Forgiveness can be different for different people, but eventually it is like when you make a decision to yourself, you promise yourself, okay, enough is enough. And now I have to let that person go from my mind, let that incident go from my memory, and I just need to forgive that. So it is that. It can help you free from the control of the person who harmed you, thus improving physical and mental health. Obviously, you will get back your power from that person, and that person no longer will be controlling your life or your thoughts or your emotions. So you can get it back, and thus you can eventually, when you get it back, you get your peace of mind back. Obviously that you will have your physical and mental health back, and there won't be any more issues related to that. Okay, so why forgive? I know we all know why forgive now, because since it is like harming us more than anyone else, but still. So just to discuss few points like why to forgive. So negative memories and emotions are like mortgage on our souls. We need to free our souls from this extra baggage. Obviously, 24/7, when something is going on in our mind, who is hurt? Our soul gets hurt, and it's just like a heavy burden on our souls. You yourself might have felt like when you're thinking these thoughts, when someone, how heavy you feel in your heart. It is like, and when that's something, you just have a talk with that person or that memory, you just remove it from your that system, how light you feel. So that is like a burden on us. So carrying past hurts and grudges are like climbing a mountain with 100 pounds on your back. Just imagine you're climbing a mountain and you're carrying a backpack of 100 pounds or whatever it is, how heavy it is or how difficult it is to climb that mountain. But the moment you put that back down, or moment you put that weight down, you heave a sigh of relief. It's such a relief. And then you walk and then you watch your steps. Your steps will be so light. Forgiveness is the most important inner work we need to do as we are on our spiritual journey. And no one can understand it better than us. Like, we are energy beings, we all are on our spiritual journey, and we know that when we are on our spiritual, we are just trying to remove extra baggage from inside. We are just trying to connect to our inner soul. And when we just go and connect to our inner soul, and when we find that our soul is not happy because there is like so much going on, so then our spiritual journey won't be that easy. No amount of meditation or spiritual practice is going to help us unless and until we just remove this burden from our souls. And then it becomes easy, because when you sit for your meditation also, even if you sit for 4 hours, 5 hours for your meditation, these thoughts will haunt you. You will be thinking, or although you will try to bring your awareness back to your breath, but these thoughts will come. For the moment, you will bring your awareness back to breath, but that thought is still there, that emotion is still there, unless and until we just remove it from our system. And then it will be easy for us to meditate and do our spiritual practices. So forgiveness builds mental, that is thoughts. You clear your thoughts, your emotion, your feelings become better, and your spiritual muscles, and we gain our power back. So that is how we gain our power back, the power we were talking about, that we just lose it to other people by just thinking about them all the time. So why do we need to forgive people and situations? So to forgive people and situations, it is for our inner peace. It's for no one else. It's for us only. And for health issues, we have to ask for forgiveness from our body and specific organs. All those who have read this Heal Your Life book by Louis Hay, that book is all about this, that you can heal your life, but you have to ask for forgiveness. You have to talk to those body parts. I have seen that in my case, like whenever I have any health issue, I just sit with that. And that specific organ, I just talk to that organ. I just send my gratitude. I send forgiveness. Maybe I haven't taken care of you. I should have. So this is like, you have to ask forgiveness for your own, that also. And what forgiveness is not. Now, there is some myths also about forgiveness, what it is not. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting, that you might remember the offense, but you won't have any emotional charge. So forgiveness does not say that you forget the incident. No, there is no need to forget. That incident can stay in your memory. But whenever you think about that person or incident after the forgiveness, when you have forgiven that person, or when you have done that, after that, whenever that person comes to your mind, you won't have that emotional charge. You won't have that anger rising in. You won't have your BP going up, like thinking about that person. Okay, that happened and it's over. So it's not like completely erasing from your memory. It will stay there, but not with an emotional charge. And it is not a feeling. Forgiveness is not a feeling. You don't have to wait for a feeling of forgiveness to sweep over and then forgive. It's not like you just have to think like, okay, one day I will feel that I have to forgive and then only I will forgive. No, you can forgive anytime, whenever you decide to forgive, because it's for your own self, for no one else. So it's not about that. And forgiveness is not condoning or accepting what the other person did to you. It's not accepting the mistake that person did. No, we are not accepting. What you did was wrong, and it is wrong, and it will stay wrong. But it is, I have forgiven you for my own peace. So, but I don't accept. You shouldn't have done that, and it's wrong. It's okay, but I accept that. So it's not trusting the offender. You can forgive him, but might not trust him in future. And it's not like you have to trust that after forgiving, you can trust that offender again. Just to give a simple example, a mother leaves a child with a babysitter. Babysitter did something which the mother didn't like, and she had that grudge against him or her, whatever it was. But then after dealing for so many days, then she decides to, okay, I just want to let it out and go it from my system. I want to forgive that person. And she just forgave that person. But that doesn't mean that mother is going to trust that person again for that babysitting. No, she might not leave her child with that person again for babysitting. She has forgiven, but she might not trust that. So, and that's okay. And forgiveness is not for the other person. It is for you and your peace of mind. So this we have to get very clear in mind. Sometimes we will, why should I forgive? He did wrong. Why should I do that? But we are not doing it for him. We are doing it for us. The day we understand that this is all about us, I think it will become very easy to forgive. Okay, so this is story time. So little story I would like to share. I don't know whether some of you might have heard it, but it's always a good reminder to have through stories. So how heavy are your potatoes? It is about once upon a time, there was a sage. So sage and his disciple, they were just discussing about forgiveness, what forgiveness is, why it should be done, and why it is important and all that. So they were just having discussion. So sage decided, okay, let me give him some practical experience to understand what forgiveness is. So he just gave him few potatoes and a sack. And he just told him that these are the potatoes and these are the sack. And now you take each potato, on each potato, carve out the name of the person who has hurt you in the past, or you are angry with, or you are trying to forgive, but you are not able to. There are so many people in our life. When we sit and think about that, there's so many will come. So you just, for each potato, one name, carve it out and put all the potatoes in the sack and tie the sack tightly. And the condition is you have to carry this sack at all times for 1 week. So you can't put it down even when you are sleeping, when you are going to the washroom, or you're doing anything. You can't put it down. It has to be with you 24/7. So the disciple said, not a big deal, I can do that. And he started carrying and going around with the sack. And 2 days passed, 3 days passed, slowly and slowly he started to feel the weight of the sack. And it was like bothering, like what a hassle, like I have to carry this all the time. It's so heavy and all that. And that still was fine. After a few days, towards the end of the week, since the potatoes were carved and they were sealed in a bag, they started to rot. And they started to give out a bad smell. They started to stink, and then became very unpleasant for him. And it was very difficult for him to carry that sack all the time. Anyhow, the week passed, and the end of the week, he brought the sack and he just kept it in front of the sage. So sage asked me, so did you learn anything from this? So he said, yeah, I learned it very nicely that these potatoes, the carved potatoes, all these names, they represent all those negative emotions and memories we are carrying with us all the time. And slowly, they just start to rot, and they just give unpleasant smell, and they just start weighing heavy on our mind. And we are not able to lead our life as we should be. And then the sage added to this, yes, you understood it well. The potatoes represent negative emotions and memories, and the sack represents our heart, where we store all these emotions. Or we can say the sack represents the inflated sense of self-importance. That is when we feel like it is like our inflated sense of self-importance, that I am right and that person is wrong. I am right, he did wrong to me. I always remember that Shailesh sir, he just always gives that example. Ego is me and everyone else. So this is same like that. So me and my inflated sense of self-importance, that I am important, and all those memories I'm storing. So once you get rid of these potatoes one by one, forgive people, get rid of them one by one, so there won't be any memories left, the stinking memories left. And even further, if you get rid of that sack itself, I mean, if there is no inflated sense of self-importance, there is no place to hold those potatoes. So there won't be any place to hold these memories and these emotions. So this is like how heavy are your potatoes. I think it's time to reflect that. So how heavy are our potatoes? Even mine also. So now, this is a topic I can go on and on and on, but now we all have this question like, okay, I have this person in my life, I need to forgive. Now, what should I do? Now, from where do I start? So here are a few activities, exercises, and tips I would like to share. They really work, like if you just want to try. I mean, these are few of them. There are so many else, but since we have that constraint of time, so I'm just using this. So the first one is vent out your anger by hitting a pillow. It can be pillow or anything else. Like think of that person. Pillow represents that person, or any soft toy or anything you can take, and you just vent out your anger through. If you want to hit that, hit that. If you want to say words, anything which is in your mind, staying in your mind, just vent it out. Basically, you just need to release it out of your system. We don't want to hold these emotions inside so that they cause blockages, diseases, and all that. No, we don't want that. We just need to vent it out. So whatever way feels right to you, you resonate with, you can just vent it out. The second is empty chair method. So it's a kind of visualization. You just visualize that you are in an empty room, totally empty room, and there are two chairs. You are sitting on one chair and there is empty chair in front of you. You just visualize, close your eyes and visualize that person sitting in front of you. And you just have conversation with that person. All these years, whatever was going on in your mind mentally, which you were conversing with that person, it's time to converse it in like that. Just say whatever you want to say. Why did you get hurt? And you might hear his version also, because we need to give chance to that person also. I know physically we cannot do, and in person we cannot go and do that, but we are energy beings and we are all connected energetically. So all this energy work actually works. So just talk to that person, whatever is, just vent it out through words or whatever. And in the end, you say, whatever has happened. I forgive you. You forgive me. I forgive you and release you. And you forgive me and release you. And give a hug to that person and just let him go. And just that the person is going out with a smile on his face. So third one is right away. And this is one of my favorite, because I know that this works like magic. It is like that, pouring out your emotions on a paper. Whenever you have something, someone bothering you, just sit down with yourself, take a paper, take a pen, and just address that person. And whatever is going on in your mind, whatever you're feeling, just pour it out. And you won't realize, you will fill out one paper, two paper, whatever it is, like just keep on going. Write that, but in end, again, write whatever has happened. I decide to forgive you. You forgive me. I release you. You release me, and peace be with you. And the condition is, don't read that again. Once you have written as you have written, and then tear that paper. Or if you can burn that paper, even good. Burn that paper, or if you can't, you just tear that paper. And as you're tearing that paper into small pieces, just say, I let go, I let go, I let go, and throw it in the bin. So this actually works. And next is practicing self-love for self-forgiveness. I need not elaborate on that, because Jasmine had very beautifully presented that in her self-love presentation. And you can go back to that how self-love is so important for self-forgiveness. And next is cut the umbilical cord. How to cut the umbilical cord? You know, the people we are angry with, or have those emotional charge against those people. We are connected to those people through umbilical cord. It's not that umbilical cord, physical cord, but it's like energy cord. Like when the child is in mother's womb, it gets all its nourishment through the umbilical cord. The same people, those who are connected to us through the umbilical cord, they just suck our energy. They just take our power from us. And we are losing our energy to these people for no reason at all. So it's high time, when it's bothering you so much, to cut the umbilical cord. So you just have to visualize, since all this is energy work only, you just have to visualize that you're connected to that person through umbilical cord. And that cord can be from anywhere. It can be through your navel, through your heart, through your side, left side, right side, whatever comes to your mind. It can be that. And you just see that person, and you just visualize a golden scissors in your hand, and just imagine cutting that cord, and just tell that person, I forgive you and release you. You forgive me and release me. And one thing, just be careful about this process is, don't leave the two ends of the cord hanging in the air, because this is a negative cord which is carrying a negative energy. Just put it down in the Mother Earth so that it can be transmuted. So this is a method, it can be tried. And next is Ho'oponopono. I don't know, many of you might be knowing about this, might not be, but this is a Hawaiian practice. And again, for me, this is my favorite, one of my favorites. And this is a Hawaiian prayer. This is basically about 4 sentences, like, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I know some people, those who believe in strong law of attraction, they might not agree with, why should I say sorry and forgive, because I will attract more of that. And that's perfectly okay. You don't use I'm sorry, forgive me. Only love and thank you they are enough, energies just to reconcile with someone. So that is one thing. And this is such a topic, like I can do an entire session on that, this Ho'oponopono. I cannot just sum it up here in this few minutes. So this we can. And last but not the least is daily forgiveness. Things keep happening, even though if you forgive people, and then again something will happen. Someone will say something, and we are like human beings at the end. We are like living in this normal world with family, with people and all around us. Things happen. So this is like this is my daily practice. What I do is, when I sit for my meditation every single day, before that, what I do is I visualize myself standing on a stage, and in front of me, huge crowd of people. And you don't need to know who are the people. They can be from any lifetimes. We know we all have karmic accounts with so many people. So it can be from previous births and anything. But one thing is sure, if you have a strong charge, emotional charge with someone, you will see them in the front row. You will see them. And what I do is I say, if you have hurt me, knowingly or unknowingly, across time, dimension, space, and reality, I forgive you. I forgive you and release you. And you forgive me and release me. And just in case I have hurt you, knowingly or unknowingly, across time, dimension, space, and reality, you forgive me and release me. And that's it. So I know I have taken some extra time, but anyhow, this is my favorite quote. Forgive others not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. And we all deserve peace. Happy forgiving, and thank you so very much. Thank you for being with me. And if any one of you want to add anything to this, you're most welcome. Over to you, Shailesh.
Thank you. Very comprehensive and detailed. You covered the entire topic very comprehensively. You didn't leave anything for me to add to it
no, there is always, you
the
can
end.
always add.
So thank you so much for this beautiful presentation.
Yeah.
And anything anyone else would like to add? I'm happy to hear that as well. I think you may not be able to unmute. So yeah, now you can unmute and speak if anybody would like to say anything. You can unmute and talk about it. One very important thing that always comes to my mind whenever we think about things of this nature, these are all inner bonds that we create within ourselves. So when we create inner bonds, what are we doing? We are hampering our own liberation. Every bond is holding on to us. It will not let us become free. And ultimately, what we are trying to do, though, on spiritual path, we are trying to become free of things, right? So that's one very important thing. We have to always remember that for spiritual development, if nothing else, we must come out of these bonds, these ties, like she was mentioning, like these umbilical cord kind of cords, energetic cords, right? All these are in our mind only, nowhere else. So we have to get rid of them as soon as we can. Think of, if you remember that chart about our vibrations that we had, that inverted triangle, the lowest vibration in which we can be is guilt. And guilt is what? Guilt is resentment with ourselves. That is guilt, right? That's why we talk resentment and guilt. Resentment is with others, guilt is with myself. And that is the lowest vibration in which we can ever be. And if we are living in guilt, we are going away from enlightenment. Enlightenment is at the top, guilt is at the bottom, right? It is worse than fear. This vibration is even lower than fear. It is kind of very unhealthy for us, right? So constantly feeling guilt for something that has happened is going to keep us tied down to the past. We will always remain in the past. And when we are in the past, what are we doing? We are missing what is happening now. We are totally missing the present, which is beautiful, right? So remember this thing, sticking to the past is not helping you in any way. Forget about others. Don't worry about what is happening to that person. That person is just a trigger. What is happening to you is more important to you. And make sure that these kind of things don't latch onto them, because they are problematic things. And who will be able to leave them is you. Open the hands, let go, right? Letting go is the best way in which you can free yourself and become light. So most of the things that Rashimji mentioned today are perfect. Absolutely the right thing is to just get out of all this, because it's not serving any purpose. In fact, by not being in the present, we are messing up with our future as well. So see the impact of that whole. That's the reason it's called the lowest form of vibration, because you are not only blocking your present, but also blocking the future, right? So that much far-reaching consequence it has. So this is, if you do anything else, just this one thing, please do it. If ever you are holding on to something, regular daily forgiveness, like she mentioned, is a beautiful practice, because we keep creating more every day. So every day it's like a hygiene. Just like you take a bath, forgiveness hygiene is a daily process. So as much as we can do. Yeah, thank you so much.
That is
Beautiful.
I would like to add to this. Like, I always feel like these things should have been taught in school. Like, we are learning now these things. So I am an educator. I work with children. So every morning I do 5 minutes Anapanasati with them. And after them, I just make sure that they practice these things like self-love. I tell them, place your hands on your heart and say, I am unique. I love myself. 3 times say this, and 3 times you say gratitude for any 3 things. And one thing which we have heard you yesterday, your teacher said something, your mom said something, you say, I forgive you. So these are so important practices. They should be taught at this level only. Then we shouldn't be struggling with all these diseases now, like if we had been taught.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank
Things
you.
are changing. We are beginning to realize and
Yeah.
doing things. So it's all good. We are in the right direction. Just remembering and practicing is important. Intellectually, we all understand this thing, but
We
practicing
know
is a
that.
very difficult thing. Forgiveness is a very difficult practice. It's not easy. Why? Because they are in the mind, those emotional things are tying us down completely.
Yeah.
And unless we open that bond, we will not be able to get rid of it. So that is the most important part. Knowing fully well that it's for me and for nobody else, just for me. So
Exactly.
please, yeah, try and do what you can on this.
So
And
I
yeah,
was thinking, like, as you were mentioning about 21 days of gratitude challenge, why don't we have 7 days of forgiveness challenge? Like, we can
sure,
just
sure.
plan
Yeah,
that also.
yeah,
Yeah.
we will.
So
Yeah. So as we complete this workshop,
this
we will
40-day.
slowly, yeah, this one, once we finish this thing, we will try and do many such things that will help all of us grow
Exactly.
together.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Rashid. Lovely. All right. If anybody would like to add something, please go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Such a nice topic. We learned so much from all the masters
Yes.
and all that. And how nicely she told from the beginning only, we should teach the childrens and students in the schools also, they should teach. Because
That's right.
that's why so many people, they are in the depressions, this thing, that thing. Wherever I get a chance, I call people and teach them Anapanasati. Wherever I get a chance, I feel very
Yes.
happy. Wherever I see the people, they are little depressed and all that, students and all that. Wherever in the garden, wherever I get a
Yes.
chance, because I feel we should do something good in the world. At least most of the people you will find there is no smile on their face. They are having lot of money, lot of houses, lot of means different type of cars and all that, but no smile on their face, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
So because I went over the Mount Abu. I went for meditation and all that early in the morning. Actually, I'm so grateful to God because He doesn't allow me to sleep. Whenever I goes these places and all that, He doesn't. I then thought comes, oh, I didn't sleep. Only for 1 hour or 2 hours I sleep. So I took bath to 2 o'clock. I used to get up. 12 o'clock I used to sleep, and hardly I used to sleep. I used to keep watch, but sometime now. Then I used to take bath and go for deep meditation in the room and all that. In drop silence, and I saw everywhere all the white clothes they were wearing, full of gardens and all that. I was feeling so happy. That was a different atmosphere because the others, those who went along with me, they were talking about the food. I said, don't forget about the food and all that. We came over here for getting something. We should be so grateful to God. At least they provided each and everything for us and all that. Then I had to go to Somnath and Dwarkadish. When we were traveling, it was pouring like anything. I told them, please don't say like anything. I said, शुक्रिया बाबा, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, ये बहुत शुक्रिया है कि रेड हो रही है. नेक्स्ट डे अपने आप को अरेंज करेगा, बिकॉज ही ओनली ब्रॉट अस, सोमनाथ जी एंड द्वारकाधीश जी, everything is just going to arrange for us. You should have faith, and when I have surrendered myself towards him, he's going to take care of me. Can you imagine, Celeste? And that day it was pouring like anything. That driver was also getting scared. Oh, back up ho jayega car. I said, no. I started chanting Hanuman Chalisa. God is going to help you and we will cross this. Okay, nothing is going to happen to your car and all that. He asked me. Next day, can you imagine? There was no rain. Nothing was there. It was dry. Dwarkadish, I went, we took a boat and went over there. Whole day it was like that. And Somnath also, we took, when it was pouring little. Then they said, we don't know who tomorrow will. Early in the morning, I was standing in a queue with my sister-in-law. I said, please get up. We have not come on here for sleeping. We have come to see God on the way. So 5:30, I was standing in a queue. Can you imagine how God gave us energy for running to see the God? Can you imagine? 2 hours I was in the temple. I saw the full aarti. I was fully satisfied. When we came back, we saw the Dwarkadhish so nicely. All of a sudden, he arranges BSF person met. And I said, we are also, my husband is a senior defense officer. He said, ma'am, please come along with me. He took us up from the back door, no standing in the queue, because when we have surrendered him, he's going to take care of us. And can you imagine when we started from there and it started raining? Only the 2 days, it was perfectly all right. When we came back, they said, now there is a red alert. Government stopped to go anywhere over there. It's full of flood. I say thank you so much. Today topic was too good, because sometimes, so many people in the life, because we do so many good things for them, we think everyone is like us, very pure and all that. But in this world, people are not like that, because when they hurt you, like anything, then you feel sad and all that. Then you stop doing good things also in the life. So good thing in the sense that I'm not bad things doing, but I keep myself away from those people. Then early in the morning, I tell God, because I don't want negative people in my life, Baba, and no negative people should come at my place also. I want only positive peoples in my life, those who talks about the God and about meditation and all that. But God taught me few things in life. You in the world, you have to live with the other sort of people also. In Mount Abu, I learned. Then so many times, then I was telling, oh no, but like a lotus, we have to be like a lotus only. And thank you so much. Today's topic was too good. You taught us so many things, and we learned so many things from you. And I don't know her name and all the masters. Today it was too good. Really, I'm telling you. And can you imagine? I was so tired yesterday when we came back, but I sat down for meditation. I said, no, I was missing over there because no connection was there over there. Thank you so much. आपका बहुत शुक्रिया. All the masters. So बहुत आपका शुक्रिया.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. All right, masters. So we will bring our session to a close for today, and we'll get together again tomorrow and continue our journey with another topic and keep growing. So have a wonderful night and a restful night. Thank you, masters.
Thank you, Shalish.